What is up, people? Terry here from Blunt Trips, coming to you from Denver, Colorado, off of Piccadilly Road and 38th Street. And I am coming to you today from this location to tell you about an unsolved crime. It's the second part to my Shagnastys series. And the victim involved will be Donna Sue Wayne. Now, as mentioned, Donna's last place to be seen alive was at Shagnastys. Now, for those of you that watched the first part, just to be clear, the spelling of Shagnastys for the club was S-A-G-N-A-S-T-I-E-S. I have spelled it different on the series for multiple reasons, but that is the correct spelling of the club that we are talking about. Now, on July 14th, that is the last place Sue was seen alive. I'm sorry, Donna Sue. Except for one other time by an eyewitness. It was right off this road. One eyewitness saw her moments before she was killed. Now, I did away with my normal intro today because I need people to watch this. There's somebody out there that knows who killed this girl. But not just this one. This is the work of a serial killer. One that killed in this area from 1975 to 1995. And there's been several bodies dumped around Aurora. Now, we are in Denver right now. I'm approximately 8 miles from where Donna was last known to be celebrating or having a good time at Shagnastys. I do not know the exact location of her body. This happened in 1986. And of course, it's been many years. And Denver is really redeveloping out here. I don't even know for sure which side it's on that she was found. I just know that 28th Street is being built and it's going to run right up here. It's actually being added. It picks up if you go to the other side, Tower Road. They're still bringing 38th Street out here to Piccadilly Road. But this is where an eyewitness saw her struggling in the car with the person that killed her. And there is a description, and there is some details, and there are some details that I will leave out of this video so that it doesn't influence anybody that may have seen something that night. I do know that the person that was seen with her on this road had blonde hair. I do know the person was in a red vehicle. I do know that Donna Sue Wayne actually had her feet get out of the vehicle and scream for help, help, right here somewhere. Now, that eyewitness was on their way to Stapleton Airport, which is about approximately 8 miles from here. That eyewitness also came forward about a month later when Donna Sue was found out here. It did take about a month to find her body. Now, Aurora police is no stranger to having issues, not just now, but even back then. When they did come out to investigate, the eyewitness was told it was probably just a domestic disturbance. They took over a month to find Donna's body, but she was reported missing within 24 hours. Now again, this has been redeveloped out here. I have tried to find some pictures, and I will include what I did find in this video of how it did look. I know there was 38 other victims that were dumped, as I mentioned, and if I have to, I'll cover every one of their cases in hopes that we can find the person that did this. Now I know there is also a person of interest. He is not a suspect, but nothing to actually link him. Now the reason why this is tied to part 1 is not just because of Shagnastys. Actually, when investigating this death, they went to go get the blood of John Stratt, connecting him to this crime. He ended up, as I said in part 1 of this series, he was not involved with this murder. He did commit suicide after being confronted and informed that his blood was a match for Julian Domenico's murder. But again, no one has been convicted for this or the other 38 murders that were committed in this area at the time. Now there is some facts that I will go over about the case. It's windy out here, so I will probably have to do it from in the studio. I don't want to be fighting. As you see, my paper is blowing around out there, and I need you guys to be able to hear me so this case can hopefully get solved. But other known facts about the case, the eyewitness did get a look at this person. And this person pulled in front of the eyewitness and blocked their car right about here. Now somebody else was traveling on this road that night. This is a secluded road, but even these days, as you can see, traffic has been coming through here. It's on the edge of Denver and Aurora. It's like right on the line. There's nothing out here, no stores. Back then, this would have just been a travel road to get you to places like the Stapleton Airport. But at that hour, people possibly would have been traveling to go to work. We need to find out who killed this girl and the 38 others. Somebody that lived in this area. Somebody that knew this road. If you lived in Denver in the summer of 1986, you might have known this person. I will include all the details, as I said, from the studio, but I need y'all's help to find this person. Again, there is a suspect, or not a suspect, a person of interest, but when approached at his property, the only comment he had to say was, when asked if he had any comment, was absolutely not. Let me actually just take a look at my notes to verify that was what he quoted. I'm sorry, his quote was definitely no, when asked if he had any comment to make for an interview when approached on the property. I will not name that person of interest, and again, there is nothing to actually tie him to the crime, just suspicion. But if somebody knows something, if somebody was traveling this road, Piccadilly Road, in Denver, Colorado, and 38th. If you've seen anything, I need you to call the Aurora cold case homicide, and I'll get that number for you. Now, I've went over the graphic details of how Donna Sue Wayne was found. There was a tree out here at one time. Very possible along this side of the road, based on all I've seen. But I've tried to find land markers that help me identify from the pictures, and there's nothing here from that time frame that I could see. I just know the location, put it north of Highway 70 on 38th and Piccadilly, which is right here. So I'm going to wrap this up from this location. I do apologize, my voice is a little shot. I was out at the park and did some yelling, screaming, having a good time. But hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Alright, again, I am Terry. You are watching Blunt Trips. I am on the corner of 38th and Piccadilly in Denver, Colorado. This is the location where one of the 38 victims from the serial killer was found. Her name was Donna Sue Wayne, 18 years old. Last known to be hanging out and having a good time at Shagnastys in Aurora, about 8 miles from here. And there's at least one eyewitness, but possibly more. And hopefully, if there was, they're watching this video. Alright. I kept it clean for you guys so you'd watch this one. Do me a favor. Like, subscribe, and go ahead and share this one. Till next time, you all stay cool.
What is up, people? Terry here with Blunt Trips, coming to you from the studios here in Aurora, Colorado. And I am coming to you from the studios, one, because I have the ability to. That's nice when it's windy outside. It's so nice being able to have a studio. I can see why the people that do makeup do it from inside. Also, I was unable to do it out there because I didn't want my shit blown away in the wind. So let me cover a few facts that I was unable to tell you real quick, and then I'm going to wrap it up with a few quick messages that I want to get out to you guys. And then I'll get you on your way so you can get clicking on another one of my videos. So, again, this happened on July 14th, 1986. A couple places to remember is Shagnastys in Aurora, Colorado. There was a party there that night. She was last seen there by a lot of people. And one other place to remember is Piccadilly Road. That was the last person to actually see her alive. Eyewitness puts Donna Sue Wayne in a vehicle in the passenger seat going southbound on Piccadilly Road near 38th Street, at which time the car swerved in front of her, and she got a good look at the driver, who was shirtless. He had blonde hair slicked back. He was driving a red car, not a truck. There was also a conflict about the artist's composite, the drawing of the suspect, which really screwed up the investigation. Another fact I would like to point out is that this took place at 5:30 in the morning on July 14th. So, and it does state that it was still dark at that time of year. It would have still been dark. A couple other facts that I do want to point out real quick is, again, I did state that the police officer did arrive, and he summed it up as a domestic dispute. The officer did drive around Piccadilly Road, at which time he did find a car, a red car matching the eyewitness description. He got out. The officer put his hand on the hood. The hood was hot, but the officer at that time seen nobody. He ended up getting back in his car and driving away. Another fact I would like to state real quick is that Donna Sue Wayne had a red vehicle. Actually, it was a 1972 LTD. Red. It had a broken taillight. That was later discovered in the Hoffman Heights neighborhood in Aurora, Colorado. I don't know if she parked it there or if it was driven there by the person that killed her. And again, people, I'd like to remind you, we're not looking for the killer of one victim here. We're looking for the killer of 38. So remember this description that I gave you. Around 1986, he would have driven a red car. He would have had blonde slick back hair. And the last fact, of course, is the obvious. Again, this was 38 victims. This person would have lived in the Aurora or Denver area. He would have known it. All 38 victims were found in the Aurora area or in the Denver area, which is, they're side by side. If you're unfamiliar, they're side by side. I live in Aurora. It takes me like 3 minutes to hit the Denver line. Other than that, I'm going to wrap up this case. A couple things I do want to say real quick. You guys are awesome. You guys really pushed my subscription numbers up. I appreciate it. Every sub counts. Every click counts. I know I do offend a lot of people with my language. It is what it is. There's people out there that do have clean channels. I'm not going to keep wasting my time covering this. If you don't like my intros or my outros, click away. Go over to see Lamont. He's amazing. I'm probably the only YouTuber that's not afraid to tell you to go to another channel if you don't like mine. Also, I would like to say Harmon is amazing. He puts on a great show, clean. You will never hear profanity on Harmon's show. I give you that. I will say that. So if my channel is just too much for you, no harm, no foul. Go check out Harmon. Go check out Lamont. He does great. He does use a little bit of profanity, but he's not as hard as me. When it comes to language, mine's a little bit more hardcore. I don't want to have to stop and think about what I say or edit something out and have a crappy video. I do know this. When it comes to cameras, I've looked at my competition out there, and I'm willing to point my camera up somebody's shithole to get the best video. Others, it seems like they're a little nervous. I'd love to work with a few of these guys. I would show them some tricks to get better shots, because I'm definitely not afraid to get up there, get in windows, and talk to people. And Again, they put on great shows. There's stuff about my show that I can use improvement on. I'm sure the language. I'd love to work with these guys, but again, this is my channel, and I'm going to run it the way I want. All right. Until next time, y'all stay cool, fuckers.